to stream. I never thought about it that way. I never really even looked into streaming. I just did it. I just saw Valkyrie do it and I just did it. I never knew anyone was. I didn't really make connections when I first started. I just clicked go live. So I didn't really have any expectations besides like it kind of not being so difficult. I thought that it would be a little bit easier, but it wasn't. So a couple months ago, I was like, dang, this is like really hard and I want to kind of give up. I didn't really think about it. But then I don't know, I guess with what you're saying about the age thing, I was like, how can I make this a full-time living if I'm only making, you know, X amount of money? Because I wasn't making that much money a couple months ago. And it was kind of getting to me. My age was a little bit. Even though, like you're saying, I was young, I didn't think about it that way. I was like, oh crap, I'm 22 years old. I'm playing video games for a living and I'm not making that much money. Like, what am I gonna do? I was kind of panicking a little bit. But I don't know, I just kept going. And now, you know.
Things have gone well. I think you've made a right choice. It's you know, we'll get into the back and forth, the double edge of, you know, being a creator like yourself. You've mentioned that name a couple of times now, Valkyrie, as like your inspiration to get into it. Can you go a bit more in depth on that? I mean, so why her? What was there an exact moment where you saw her streaming or saw her blow up and you were like, wow, or drew inspiration from?
Yeah, it was TikTok and Among Us. Like Among Us was huge back then. And that's how I found out about her. And I found out like, I saw a bunch of TikToks of her and her friends, you know, Corpse, Toast, and they were all just doing funny things. So I was like, this is funny. I want to go watch it. So I watched her live and she was really entertaining. And I thought this was really cool that she could play video game and be entertaining and, you know, make it a full-time job. So I got really inspired by that. And I was like, I think I can do this. So yeah, that's how it happened.
That's so cool. I think a lot of people out there draw inspiration from different creators, and you know, I've been around for a few years, so it's nice to see a lot of the creators that got me into this space. Like Tim the Tatman was like the first streamer I watched, and to see him go from that to this is just like, it really shows the explosive growth and what you can really attain in this space. So have you ever thought about that kind of long-term vision for yourself, where you are at where you're at now? And when you first started watching Ray, she was probably in a very different spot than she is even now, right? She's very much escalated herself into this icon for
message from a couple months ago that I sent to my friend, and I was like, can you imagine me getting 1,000 viewers average? Like, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, I thought averaging 1,000 viewers was insane back then, and it is still insane right now to me, but like back then I couldn't even envision that. So to envision like what Valkyrie is doing right now, no, I can't, but I think it's possible? Of course. It's just like a really hard thing to imagine. But I think it's possible. That is the goal, of course, to just keep going and growing and growing. But to imagine something like that, to imagine being at where I'm at right now is still like, I wake up every day and I'm still in disbelief and I'm still utterly grateful. But no, it's a really hard thing to imagine. I still hope for it though, and I still thrive for it. Like, you know, to go to that place, but
yeah. And it's definitely a space where sometimes when you're in this space, it's hard to truly recognize with your age. You're super young. I gotta ask, did you pursue college, or was gaming something that took off towards the latter half of school, where you maybe took some time off?
So I did go to college, but I didn't finish it. I almost finished my prereqs. I had one more class and it was math. And I was like, I'm not taking math for like during the pandemic. I can't do math online. Like that was it for me. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not, you know, go. Cause I have no faith in me when it comes to math over online. So I just played video games and I was like, I'm just gonna do this, give it a go. And yeah, I did that.
Can I ask what your major would have been?
Theater.
Theater. Okay,
yes,
so for acting.
Theater.
Okay. That's a common discussion though as well. You know, you found yourself making the fortunate decision of where you've landed now. Is there any advice you would have for younger people out there who, you know, maybe want to pursue gaming or streaming or content creation and have those aspirations? You know, again, don't take anything too heavily here, guys. Everyone has different opinions on whether you'd suggest people go to college or not go to college.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to someone who looks up to you and what you chose to do?
I feel like you should go to school. But if you truly don't believe school's for you, like there's people who don't think that they can like, you know, go to school. Like there's people who don't really feel like school's for them. And if you feel that way and you are truly passionate about this, then I say go for it. But also I would say that you have to put 100% into this. You can't put 99% in this. Like, you have to 100% do it. And I feel like there's a misconception with streaming. Like, there's people who I continuously see on my timeline that say, you have to stream for X amount of hours, which is usually like 120 or like, actually no, 140, 160 like hours, 200 hours, 7 hours a day, 7 days a week. That is completely false. I wish people would stop saying that. No, you don't. You don't need to stream for a great amount of hours, but you do need to put those hours that you want to stream into other like platforms, TikTok, YouTube. That's what you need to do. Maybe the meta back then was to stream for as many hours, but now that's not the case. You need to put your content somewhere else. You're the streaming, right? But your content's only being pushed on Twitch. Like, you got to go somewhere else with that. Like, that would be my one thing to say. And that's what happened to me.
Dang. Okay. That's super interesting. So let's dive into that, because obviously a lot of people have seen you on TikTok, but like you said as well, you know, you blew up on TikTok, but you kind of traversed that audience, and not just TikTok, but also to Twitch. So was there a voice behind you, or was that on your own, fruition, making those things happen? At what point did you realize, okay, I got to take this popularity and push it to several areas as fast as possible? Can you walk me through that process?
That was like on my own. I saw people go live on TikTok and I was like, this is against TOS, but I wanted to try it. So I did it, and I was averaging like 70, 60 viewers at the time. And I was posting consistently every day on TikTok. I was posting 3 times a day, and my TikTok was going up. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go live. So I went live, and I didn't have a stream key. A stream key enables you to like show your gameplay while you're streaming, like how Twitch does. So I had to put a mirror in front of me, and that mirror projected my gameplay. Does that make sense?
I'm really dumb.
So I had like a makeup mirror.
The TikTok OGs understand this.
Yes, the TikTok. So I had a makeup mirror that projected my screen. And with that, I was like, if you guys want to see my full screen, head over to Twitch. Like, I constantly shout that out though, which was actually like, you know, really beneficial in a way.
Did you get banned? I know like a lot of streamers got banned streaming on Twitch or on TikTok in the early days. Did you ever get banned?
Yeah, multiple times. But that was a TikTok problem. Like, I have a TikTok manager.
Oh, we got banned. We got banned.
Yeah, it's a TikTok. It's a problem. But I have a TikTok manager, and now I don't really get banned anymore, because they really are trying to like lessen that. It's not really anyone's fault but TikTok's. Like, they're miscommunicating like the gun shooting with an actual gun. That's what he told me. So when you do like gun games, they think it's like an actual gun, and it bans you.
Yeah, we got banned for taping up one of our employees and shooting with a paintball.
Happens.
Bullying and harassment, probably, man. Sometimes you just get banned for anything over there. But
back to that strategy.
So yeah, I was using the mirror, and I'd be like, yo, if you guys want to watch me, and you guys don't want to see this silly mirror, just go to my Twitch. And then I just kind of shout out my Twitch in a way, you know? So that kind of helped. And then I went from like 70 to 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, constantly doing that. And then I constantly was putting out content on TikTok as well as I was doing that. And then I got a stream key, and that like changed my life forever. That just, I don't even know what happened from there. I just continuously posted. I would just be like, hey guys, what's up TikTok? I'm also live on Twitch. If you guys want to follow me, I'd really appreciate that as well. So I continuously shout out my Twitch as well when I'm live, but yeah, I went from 1,000 to 2,000, and then the accusations happened, but that also increased to like 3,000. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Very interesting. And so kind of going on those same lines as well, recently we had Ninja announce that he'd be the first big streamer to attempt multi-streaming. So he's going to 5, 6 platforms, you know, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all at the same time. So is that something that, I mean, you obviously do it to at least a couple of platforms. Is that something that you would agree other streamers maybe try out? I mean, obviously right now where you're at in Twitch, you have plenty of subscribers and it's a different route for you. But when Ninja announced doing that, what were your thoughts on that plan?
I feel like with Ninja and where he's at right now in his life, he can do that. I don't know if that would be beneficial for everyone else. I feel like it's really hard to start somewhere. So therefore to start like everywhere, I don't know how that would work. I feel like it would also be harder to create a community with all platforms. My focus right now is creating a Twitch community, you know, and like having regulars come back. But how are you going to have regulars come back to TikTok, YouTube, Twitch? How are you going to balance all of that? With Ninja, that's fine where he's at, but I don't think it'd be good for newcomers.
Yeah, I think it'd be he's obviously made it to the mainstream, so
Yeah.
he's in a bit of and he's already taken at least one bag from Mixer and maybe re-sign with Twitch and maybe towards the end of that deal. So he's a bit more secure than most streamers are to make that risk. I do enjoy that he's actually taking that chance and maybe showcasing to other big streamers that, hey, maybe you can flaunt your numbers and see how big you can get on multiple platforms at once. Question as well from chat though, if you were not in gaming, I know you briefly mentioned acting previously.
Yeah.
So if you weren't in gaming, what would you be doing?
Acting. I do acting. That was like my passion before gaming, but yeah, I do acting. Film. I did theater before that, but I would continue film. That's what I ended off with.
Gotcha. I know you previously mentioned a few titles that you had played, but what are some of your favorite all-time video games you've played outside of Warzone?
You're gonna be disappointed. I didn't really play any other games besides like that. Maybe Fortnite, but I don't really care for Fortnite.
So how long have you been playing Warzone then?
Ever since it came out.
Since launch?
Yeah, that's the only game I've streamed. But I mean, other than that, it's just Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, like those other games. I haven't really ventured out. I need to though. I need to go to Apex. I need to do like other things, but I haven't.
Have you ever thought about the timing of that? That it just so happens that Warzone comes out, you catch it, and of course you catch wind with it. Have you ever thought about the chances of a game that you select to go in on just so happens to be that game that also blows up?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I need to give another game a chance, and I don't, which I need to do. I do think about that though often, but I'm really excited for the new Warzone. You know, like this is a new game that's popping up, and I haven't been a streamer that's like been there long enough to, be there when a new game pops up. So I'm really excited for this because this is technically a new game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got to be tough to realize that you maybe want to move on from Warzone, but Warzone 2 is right around the corner. So do you intend on staying in Warzone for some time then?
Yes. If it does good, I hope it does. I'm praying that it does. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see how it looks tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so maybe a bit of a question that you probably...
Jake, real quick. Just want to shout out. We got Zuma in chat.
Oh!
Hey, Zuma. What's up, baby?
Dr. Z?
Hey, drop some Wumas in the chat for Faze Zuma.
There we go, baby.
Appreciate the love.
Shout out to Flank.
Also, everyone says that you guys look like twins.
God dang
Sorry
it.
to interrupt.
I actually am a twin. So
only for unimportant things.
Maybe it's me.
Holy are we triplets? but either way, bouncing off that as well, I know you can't probably tell me too much, and you're going to see hopefully some stuff tomorrow. Are you excited for Warzone 2 and MW2, and what are your expectations for that new game?
I am excited. I will say that I heard that there's no slide canceling, and I can't really confirm if there isn't or is. But I heard that there isn't, and I would be really disappointed about that. But I heard that there's dolphin diving, and I don't know what that is. So we'll see.
Throwback to good old zombie days.
See, I don't know what that is. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have any like expectations. I'm just like excited. Like I said, I don't know about the slide canceling though. That's all I know. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna take the one thing that I know what to do away from me. I'm not sure how they're gonna create a skill gap with that. I don't know. I don't really have many expectations though.
Gotcha. And we'll move on from the general interview questions here. So I'm just you're having a great answers. So not a lot of people get the chance to interview you. So it's great knowing a bit more of your background. Also in chat, if you guys want to keep on prompting some questions, a few last ones here for the general stuff though, as well. You talked about maybe in the future branching away. And I think of key figures out there, a lot of Warzone streamers. Nick Merckx kind of led the way from Warzone to Apex and kind of making that space what it is today. I think about streamers like Kaylee and Lulu, though, also trying to make their way from their games into variety. But that sounds like something that you already thought about for the future, maybe not the near future. So can you walk me through that process of maybe if you want to take on a new game, what that might be like? Because from what we've seen, you're very good at Warzone. Do you think that skill is going to translate to a game like Apex? And obviously you probably think all the ways how that can expand your brand and what that means. Is it stressful? What's it like? It
is stressful. It is really scary to venture out to a new game. I mean, I was pretty good at Fortnite when it first dropped. I do think I do well, but I'd be really scared to try it. But that is my goal though. At the end of like everything, that is my goal, to be a variety streamer. I don't want to just stick in one game. I will right now, but I don't want to. Like, I want to do something different.
Awesome. I'm going to quickly, just in case, I'm going to throw to the panel if you guys have any questions. If not, I can move on to the gigantic explosive rise of Nadia. But if you guys got anything, panel, feel free. We can just shoot to them anyway. They're not ready for this.
Is
You guys get-
Dexerto watching? Dexerto's going to clip this, bro.
Nadia, did you play Black Ops 1?
I did play Black Ops 1.
What was your favorite weapon in Black Ops 1? That was a question from the chat.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played since I was a kid. I don't even remember when I dropped it. I was a little kid, but was the FFAR in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2?
Mike?
FAR that wasn't in.
Okay, then I don't even remember.
Bro,
The
I'd be-
FAMAS, that's what, yeah, the FAMAS. Was that in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 1.
Okay, then that was my
That was really
favorite.
good back then.
Yeah.
I'd be naming MW2 weapons right now. Yeah, ACR for sure. Yeah.
The Galil, yes. That was really
Oh,
good.
we got a Galil guy in the back, huh? Chat, what's favorite weapons from all-time Call of Duty? I could go like the Scar H was my boys always hit the Scar H with Noob Tube.
Favorite Warzone meta.
OTS and EM2.
Okay, got it.
Hands down. I love that meta.
like it.
But the EM2 actually had recoil, so it was like really fun. I feel like no guns right now have recoil.
It like 4-shot people, didn't it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. pretty
That's
much,
how
yeah.
all the guns are. There's like, yeah.
You guys ever play CS:GO? Anyone? No.
Yeah, totally.
Chat, we hope you're all enjoying this. Thanks, Wuma, for all those friendly remarks as well. We're going to keep it on going, though, because, of course, your rise to fame has been something that a lot of people have talked about, and I would say double-edged. So I want to split this into the good side first, and then we'll talk about the downside. Hey, we and you can talk about the downside of social media together. But the positives, right? You've seen some explosive growth over the past year. I mean, we're talking about 1 million plus followers in a few months on TikTok. Obviously, Twitch, you've taken by storm. I think we clocked it correctly below 200 or 300 concurrent viewers a few months ago, and now over 3K concurrent. There are so few streamers that experience what you're going through. And I would say the last prominent figure to go through this would be a Ninja. Now, it's a different scale. It's a different timeline as well with Fortnite, right? But what has it truly been like to go through this kind of sudden, explosive growth? It's got to be a whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I still don't even know how to process it sometimes. I don't even like think it's real sometimes because, like I said, like 2 months ago, I asked my friend, could you imagine me averaging 1,000 viewers? Because I couldn't imagine myself doing that. So sometimes it doesn't even feel real. But I am like extremely grateful and so thankful. I also get really stressed out every single day though, because I mean, I don't know. It's just like, there's a constant thing in my head going like, how can I keep this going? How can I keep this going? Because I don't want it to stop. I mean, I just got it. I got it so quickly, right? Like really quickly. So how do I keep it? Like that's like my main concern too. So it's like a lot of emotions, happy emotions, stressed emotions, scared. There's a lot.
Yeah, social media is a weird space, and especially where we're at in gaming, where I feel like stagnance, I don't know if that's actually a word, becoming stagnant and where you no longer see that growth is all of a sudden you feel like you're in a dead zone. You could have 200,000 followers, but if you're not gaining weekly, you think you're dead. You think you're irrelevant. So it's a very, very weird space. I saw Optic Hits talk about it recently on an Optic podcast and put it very well, where it's like, you know, and Scump talked about this too, where people kind of thrive off calling other people irrelevant. And it's a growingly toxic nature. And and what people say online, you know, they might not even be your constant viewers, but it kind of just, it digs into the back of your mind.
Yes.
They question things about you that makes you question things about yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Things you typically would not question. I know we're teetering towards the negative side of things, but beyond that, sticking to the positives for now, like, you know, you have an abundance of Twitch subscribers now. You've expanded your audience beyond just TikTok and Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. So financially speaking, you know, what has this been like this past few months for you? Obviously, it's got to been pretty successful in your eyes.
Yeah, it is. It is like life changing. It's awesome. I do try my best though after like stream. I try to build my community as much as possible. Like I take that. I mean, there's a lot of negative, right? But I also try to take the positivity as well. There's a lot of positive people in my Twitch chat, and there's like with the negativity, we have to put my chat in slow-mo, and sometimes I don't even get to see those positive comments because of how much, you know, spam hate I get. But so I try at the end of my stream to, you know, like do like a Discord thing with my community, talk to them, make sure like I know that I acknowledge, like they know that I acknowledge them. I acknowledge the positive comments and I appreciate it. I want them to know that because, you know, like I am truly like grateful for this. This is something that I would have never expected. So I try my hardest to let them know that as well. I try to build my community as much as possible.
Have you made any, you don't have to reveal, have you made any big financial purchases throughout this time? Are you Do you like cars? Do you like jewelry? Do you like seltzers? I don't know. That's usually my go-to. Have you made any big investments or big purchases throughout this time?
Yeah, I have.
Do you want to keep those to yourself?
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. I would keep those to myself too. Let's hop into the last of this this upper side of the rise to fame, your kill records. Now, I have some data in front of me. Have your kill records been beaten since I last tracked this? Are you aware of, do you keep track of that stuff?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Probably.
So at one point, holding the Verdansk female kill record at 44 kills, the Caldera record at 45 kills, and the Fortune's Keep record as well. Whether or not you still maintain those. So do you see...
Truth, I don't think I'm actually the best. It's just like a title, man. It's just like something just to say. There's many that are probably 10 times better than me. There's probably some that already beat the record.
And I feel like that's something that we're actually going to touch on as we dive into the backside of this. And I can definitely relate to you on this, is the double-edged sword of being online. And I haven't experienced like your kind of growth, but with that uplifting positivity, that overwhelming, like, oh, you got fans behind you, comes the swift nature of the haters, right? And they'll hate on you for just about everything. So I got to ask these questions before we hop into the first clips of the stream as well, is just straight up, how do you deal with haters online? Because everyone has a different answer to this kind of question.
So I feel like at first it was like really overwhelming and I didn't know what to do, right? And I was like sad by it. Like I was really upset by it, right? And then I thought about it and I was like, I could throw a pity party right now. Like I could cry, I could, do that. Cry and stream, sure. But I was like, but all right, I could do this and take it as like a marketing thing, right? And market myself that way. So I do, like, I let them hate. I don't care anymore. I literally use it and fuel it. If you go look at my TikToks, it's literally all trolling. I mean, people will say that I have a Cronus, right? So I say, hey guys, look, I'm live right now and I'm showing my controller. I'm showing my Cronus. I'll say that. And then I'll show my controller and it's somebody's feet playing on the controller, like a video of someone's feet. Like I just troll. I don't care anymore. I'll fuel it. Like you guys say shit, then I will do the same thing. Just got to fuel the fire.
So do you let it affect you at all? Because I know that a lot of people can put on stone face, even some people watching, maybe creators watching. I try and put on a stone face, but I'm a softie. Like there's always comments that there's always those comments that eventually get to me. Would you say you've gotten better with that over time? For me, I feel like I've kind of progressed, but I still struggle every now and again with just like, why did I read that? Why did I dive down that thread? So is that something you've gotten better with, or does it still impact you in any way?
I think I've gotten better with it. It does impact me. I'm human. So like when I see those things, it does suck, but I don't let it like really get to me. I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, that's me. And then I'll just carry on with my day. Like, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, I'm doing something I love and they're sitting there watching me like, who's really losing? You're watching me do that. Like the saddest part is when people come in my chat and they hate. My chat is on followers only mode for 10 minutes. So these people are literally waiting like 10 minutes just to hate. And it's just like, really, that's a projection of your life and not mine.
Yeah, people got noties on. I know that one for sure. I think we want to hop into our first clip as well, which bounces off what you said earlier. And this is kind of your mentality, which I'm still trying to understand as well, where you almost feed into these trolls and which some people use against you, but the people that know you understand it. So let's play this first clip of how you have addressed, one of the most viewed clips out there as well, how you address the haters out there.
It's time to address the cheating allegations. Now, this is for all the boys who keep commenting that I'm using a Cronus N, walls, aimbot. I do have something to admit to you guys. That I'm 1,000 times better than you, and you guys cannot accept that a girl can just be good at video games. And you guys can keep on hating while I'll continue to make clips like these.
And so we'll leave it there, but I just want to I want to pick your mentality because there are certainly creators out there that do similar things. I think Z-Laner is obvious comparison we'll probably touch on in a bit, but the mentality behind making this, posting it, knowing that people are going to eat that up and probably use it against you, but also someone who understand it'll play to your favor. So just walk me through that process.
Yeah, that's basically all of my TikToks.
I've noticed.
It's like 99% of my TikToks is satire. and just like trolling them back. I mean, it's just like if they're gonna hate on me and bring that type of attraction to me, then I'm just gonna feel the fire more and just let it like happen. Like it's just gonna, you know, bring an uproar, but it's doing positives. Like I know it looks negative, the comments are negative, but it's positive. Like if you look what's happened to my stream, it has a positive outcome, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Like,
isn't that like a really weird space to be in? Like, no matter what you think of Nadia, it's a weird space of online social media gaming to think about. And I can think of other examples out there in the gaming / drama space where it's like negativity somehow fuels growth and success, which is really, really odd. It's a really weird space to be in. So at what point in your career did you realize, you know what, okay, I'm not going to sit here and be sappy and mopey about all the negative comments. I'm not going to feed into them. I'm going to use them to my advantage. Was there a turning point at all?
It was just when I saw all the negative attraction. I was like, at first, like when I first saw it, I was like overwhelmed a little bit, but I took it in and I was like, I'm just going to keep going with it and see what happens. And I did. So then I saw it was doing well. So then I kept doing it more. Because I felt like there was 2 ways to go about it. Like I said, like cry and quit or something like that, or just like keep going and just like fuel the fire. Just did that.
Also, just hopping in here from the panel, but did you, Nadia? Hey guys, did you notice a direct correlation between views and your TikTok growth? Because your for anyone that doesn't know out there, we have some stats here as well. Nadia's TikTok has grown by 1.6 million followers in the last 2 or 3 months, something like that. These aren't exact.
It's a graph.
But as of, I believe, July 22nd, had 500K followers, now sitting at 2.1 million. Is that right? Mm-hmm. That is insane. And Twitch is up to 3.4K average viewers since June, where it was 189.
Jeez.
And I wanted to also reference, I saw there were a couple TikTok clips. One was the stream activations when you did the I have to twerk if I don't get so many kills.
The Mario sequel.
and then the other one was showing a foot cam. Mm-hmm. And I think at least one of those had like 30 million views. Mm-hmm. So did you? I'm getting to the question.
I agree. That was
Ask the question, guys. Jesus Christ.
So, no,
finishing up here.
I'm just curious. Did you see a direct correlation when you took something where you were like, all right, this is really going to light the fire. This is going to get the trolls going. Mm-hmm. Did you see like a direct correlation in views and like clapping back to the hate comments and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah, there is a correlation for sure. I mean, when my TikTok numbers went up, my Twitch numbers went up. There has always been like a strong correlation. Without TikTok, I wouldn't be where I am. Yeah. I can confidently say that.
Nadia, I have a question. Mm-hmm. Jake has some haters out there.
Jesus Christ.
What advice would you give to Jake how he should address his haters, do you think? What kind of tweets should he put out? What kind of content do you think he should make to address them? I feel like you're an expert, you know?
This is good.
I feel like it wouldn't work for everyone though, because it just won't like that.
You think you're built different than me?
Yeah, I'm built diffy. No, it just wouldn't work though like that. I feel like for some people would, some people wouldn't. Just because how you put yourself out there, it wouldn't work that way. Like how you market yourself wouldn't be the same.
Because I'm soft.
Yeah, because you're a softie.
God, you panel have any other questions?
No.
Okay. We're going to take it back. I'm still the soft host of the bunch. As always, chat, you guys can still leave your questions. I want to dive into a bit more of the, I would say probably the sensitive topics of this as we go towards the negative side of blowing up this fast and having this rise. This is a clip I'm going to play for you guys right now that you tweeted out, you showed your audience of an unmoderated chat in your stream. And that you had commented on every 5 seconds. You guys can see some pretty crazy stuff in there. People saying some inappropriate words. You have Faye's Kitchen and the whole sandwich crap and a lot of other nasty stuff. Obviously, the real brute of it, some sexist stuff, misogynistic stuff. That's the dark side, right? And so my general question to you would be, obviously, social media has brought you so much. But when it comes to dealing with that stuff, like realizing that you have to moderate to avoid that kind of negativity, like what is it like going through that? And I think that you can probably align with a lot of what female streamers and streamers in general go through, but you have also highlighted what sometimes female streamers and streamers in general have to go through. So truly when it comes down to it, like how does that situation come to what it was? Like you even tweeted about it, had it rubbed you the wrong way? What's it like having to go through that?
I feel like that's not even talked about enough. Like I feel like not just for me, for anyone. I don't know why that's normalized. Like nobody talks about that. There's no reason why that many people should be doing that. Like that was every second. And also I have like Faucetbot and Nightbot, and they time out people every like 5 seconds because people come in my chat, new people will come in my chat and say stuff like that. And it's just like, why is that even like normalized in our society? Like I get trolling is a thing, right? But like to that extent is crazy to me. And it doesn't just happen to me, it happens to other creators. And I just really don't understand why. I know it's the internet, but like, Jesus Christ, like that was only mode for 30 minutes. When I took it off, that's what happened. But people were constantly spamming and they were waiting 30 minutes. Like that's insane.
And I know this is also a topic that people like to fire upon as well. All creators and a lot of top streamers go through some form of hate. I've been here for a while. These guys have been here for a while. In the Warzone community, outside of Z-Laner and you know, you don't typically see this vast amount of hate. And so a general question popped up as well would be, do you think if you were a guy streamer that the hate would be this ferocious against you and the accusations would also be this ferocious against you?
Absolutely not. And I also think that it's so ignorant to people say that it's not because I am a girl. I feel like if you just look at those comments, so people are attacking Z-Lane, right? They're like, you cheating effort, right? They'll say stuff
say
like that.
aimbot, they'll say wall hacks.
But they'll cuss at him. You are a cheating bitch. Go to the kitchen. Like you're attacking my gender. Like that is the difference. Like you're not like attacking a guy's gender. And it's just like, there's a big difference. There's a big, like, you know, a difference there. And I don't know. You have to be so ignorant to think that that's not true. You have to be. And I'm not saying that guys don't receive this hate. They do. But to the extent that I do because I'm a woman, no, they don't. And that's a fact. I mean, look at what they say about me. It's a fact.
I like to think that if you're typing out that stuff, and I've received some pretty nasty stuff. I like to think that if you are willing to type out all of those letters for some of the phrases they give to you, to me, to other streamers out there, that you're probably a bit younger, maybe a bit more inexperienced in, you know, how to talk to people. And you haven't, obviously, when you meet people in real life, a lot of things change. When you socialize in school and when you actually meet people in real life, those social structures change a lot. Going off that too, though, have you reached out to other streamers, whether it be female streamers or content creators in general? Have you reached out to others, maybe seeking advice about how to handle this immense growth or this immense hate and backlash you go through?
No, I haven't. I've just been, you know, doing it, learning by myself. But I feel like I've learned a lot about myself in that process. So, I mean, it would be good for me, I guess, to reach out to other people, but also, I don't think it was really necessary for me. I did it.
Very interesting, because I know that I guess I should bounce off this really quick as we head into another big topic, unless the panel can think of questions here shortly. One last one then. Have you had any big streamers and creators in the Call of Duty space, the Warzone space, or content creation and gaming in general reach out to you to show love and support?
Yes, I've had many, yes. And they've all been really kind. Yeah. I had a few tell me that, like, you know, keep going. What I've done is inspirational. And that means a lot to me. That means, like, I'm doing something right. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And I gave you guys a few seconds. Panel, before we head into a next big topic.
Yep. No, I mean, the chat just wants to see your dogs. I don't know if you brought those to the office today. But if you're not willing to show you, Jake.
Me?
Yeah. You,
Wait,
Jake.
My dogs?
Yeah.
The dog's barking or what?
What? I don't know. Am I acting old by not understanding it?
Do you not know what that means?
Wait. No.
All right, let's just head on to the next.
You know what that means?
Next.
Nadia, do you know your actual KD? Not trolling.
Yeah.
Are you willing to say it on stream?
Yeah.
Can you say it?
It's a 3.36, I think.
3.36. Boys, everybody drop your KD in chat. Let's
What's
see
the dog comment?
who compares.
It's feet.
Oh,
see
you
your
guys
feet.
want to see my feet? Why you guys are saying it out loud?
Jake, what was your GPA in high school? Higher or lower than a 3.36?
Oh, we can just move on to the next segment, guys. We don't gotta talk about that.
We got some 5 KDs in chat. That is
Dude,
cap.
these guys are bogus.
That is not real. We got a lot of sub 1 KDs.
That's me right there.
I'm with you, boys. I'm one of those.
Panel, anything else from you?
Not for this question. Oh,
I just want to clarify again. They're asking for Jake's dogs. I would never disrespect you like that.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like,
I was like, oh god.
that TikTok was a joke.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Dude showed up an hour late. He's
The
saving
chat was like, yo, these guys gotta chill over here. So I would just like to clarify. I was talking about Jake's dogs. All right, we can move on to the next topic.
Let's just cut it back over to me. We hope you guys are, as per usual, enjoying. It's been you've had some great answers so far throughout all of this. Something that we have spoken about as well, and unfortunately you had to go through. And also, I know I keep on reiterating this, what other streamers have, unfortunately in this crazy space, had to go through was a swatting. And this was a crazy, very somehow controversial situation, which unfortunately in your same time span, a lot of big streamers have had to go through, and hopefully legal pursuits are being made to the crazy people who do this. But if you don't mind, for me and for the people out there as well, walking through what that crazy scenario was like to be swatted and to go through what you had to go through.
So I had an incident occur like a week before the swatting where somebody ordered something to my house and they used my dad's name, my phone number, and my email address. And I was like, I don't know how this person got this information. So I have a really good friend of mine, Bryce, who told me to call the cops and take a precaution and tell them, hey, this happened, and tell them like, what I do for a living and what swatting is like for like streamers, how like swatting happens to streamers. So I did that. I told them, I was like, hey, I just want to know that, like, I know that you guys might be, I don't know. Wait, sorry. You guys might be getting a call. I don't know, about like a swatting. And if you guys do, please don't like barge into my house, cause I don't know. They take like those precautions, So I did that and I had like a call come in. Well, first I heard a knock on the door and then I had a call come in and I didn't answer it because I was confused and I thought it was my sister at first. So I was like, I called my dad and I was like, hey, are you guys home? And he said he wasn't home. So I kept hearing a knocking and I have like these phone calls. So I answered them and they were like, this is the police, come outside. And I honestly didn't think it was real, but I like went outside and there was like 20 cops outside. And they were like, we need to come inside. We like heard that. I don't know if I really want to share what the guy said, but the guy said something really sick. The person who called said something really sick. So I was like, sure, come in. And there was about like 8 cops that came inside. And I was lucky enough that one of the cops knew I spoke to on the phone before that was there. The lady that I was like, hey, this could happen if you guys like might be getting a call. I had like a really weird feeling that something bad was going to happen. So I told her when I, told her about that incident, and she was there and she was like, she was really nice to me as well. So yeah, that's how it was. Like the cops really nice. So I wasn't like, like scared for my life. It was more like I was scared that somebody would do that. Like somebody disliked me so much that they thought that would be like a thing to do that to me. So yeah.
And I feel like that's a traumatizing experience that a lot of people, I would say, luckily most people out there can't relate to. They can't really realize what going through that kind of instance is. And so you have, from a viewership perspective, what they saw was a typical friendly police officer who somehow knew what Twitch was. And so I would say from what we saw at face value, it seemed like you went through, luckily, a lighter instance than what iShowSpeed went through, or Ludwig, or these streamers who unfortunately were placed in cuffs or had a gun pointed at them right away. And you luckily took those necessary precautions ahead of time. It's an unfortunate thing, though, that when the internet sees that at face value, they think, oh, because he knew what Twitch was, this seems skeptical, this seems suspicious, and they instantly accuse you of faking something that serious. So when that's the first blowback from such a traumatizing experience, what's going through your head?
I was just like, of course they thought that. And they think like I'm faking my gameplay. They think I'm faking. You know, like my controller is like a Cronus, whatever. Everything I do is fake. So of course that was going to be fake. I wasn't even shocked. I mean, of course, I mean, if anyone actually did any research on that, they could easily find the dispatch calls and see that it was real. I mean, any research, like if you actually like dug into it, you could find out yourself that's real, but they don't really do that. They just like, you know, it's social media. They hear that, oh, it's fake. So then they're going to take that, or they just don't like me. So they'll just retweet that it's fake or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, even after the dispatch calls were finally released, and I mean, just a crazy situation that if someone wasn't willing to do the research to find the dispatch calls, how that kind of thing could continue to exist against you. But we can move on from that unless you guys, I mean, that's obviously I can't imagine going through that kind of experience, and luckily have not thus far to that degree, at least I can say. But you guys got everything, panel?
No, I mean, that's super shitty. Sorry it happened.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ben, for that great insight over there on the panel. We will move on, though, to some more basic questions. Again, chat, we're going to be hitting your questions as well as we slow this, though, because you've exploded and you've done very well for yourself, not just as a Warzone creator, as a female Warzone creator who maybe wants to expand into variety. You're on multiple platforms, and that could be very appealing to esports organizations. So you don't have to fully answer here, but have you received interest in maybe signing to an esports org at any point throughout this process?
I don't know.
God dang it. If you did receive interest from an org or orgs, would you consider signing to a team out there? Don't say it.
I don't know.
Freaking A. Well, these are questions that I thought were going to be a bit more elongated out there. Kind of some random points out there as well. We've had a lot of talking points around you because you're talked about every single day. We've had people like Keemstar mention you on the timeline, calling you out for cheating.
Yeah.
When you said impressions were low, we've had FaZe Rug or Hassan actually come out and support you and saying you're legit and you are absolutely fine in game. What is it like when these big figures, either for you or against you, are speaking up? Is it a dose of serotonin? I don't know if that's the right brain thingy.
Dopamine.
Dopamine. Yeah, what's serotonin?
You screwed that one up.
Is that a dose in the right direction, or like what is it like when big figures kind of name you?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've watched all these guys too. And then to see them, you know, say stuff about me and stick up for me, I think that's really awesome.
And so when it comes to big names, with this COD Next event, you're going to be around a lot of big streamers, a lot of pro players you're probably going to meet throughout today or tomorrow. You actually had a kill race a while back against Swag, correct? So what was that like, that experience?
That was fun. No, Swag is a really cool guy, and he's been really supportive of me, and I really appreciate him. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that.
Did you win?
No, I did not win.
Okay. So when it comes to the overall debate, it's been a fierce one of CDL pros versus Warzone pros. Do you have a freaking stance?
No, I don't think that's real. I don't think that's a real thing. There's no way that's an actual debate. They have to be trolling.
Okay, so you're on Scump's side of the debate that Call of Duty League pros, if they came on over, they'd probably dominate?
Hey, I didn't say that. No. I feel like, okay, truthfully, I don't know.
God dang it. You shouldn't have actually gave that a freaking option. Okay, so you don't have to tune into this next one. If you don't, we're gonna skip probably to one of our last segments and probably a juicy one at that. Again, you can say, I don't know. You can say straight up no. If I were to give you big Warzone names that you would compete against in a 1v1 setting, would you tell me whether or not you think you could beat them? You can just say skip.
No, you can say it.
Okay, so it's going to be Warzone streamers and some pro players. That
Okay.
if you guys face off in a 1v1, do you think you can win head-to-head?
Okay.
Tim the Tapman,
Yeah.
Nick Merckx,
Yeah.
Biffle,
No.
Aiden,
No.
King of Movement, Jowo,
No.
Swag,
No.
FIFA Kill,
No.
Cloaksy.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I would expect. Those middle 5 or 6 were deadly names. Okay, I would say pretty good. Okay, so before we bounce,
Nadia, who would be your dream duo? Like, who's someone you haven't played with yet that you would want to play with?
I feel like I haven't really played with Tim. I played with Tim once. I think that'd be funny. Because
I think we gotta do a kill race.
I go for content for kill race.
With Tim the Tap Man, I think
Oh,
we gotta
like a
get that
2v2
going.
kill race, like tournament-wise? Okay, wait.
No, I'm saying, like, I think you and Tim need to do a kill race.
Oh, okay, that'd be fun. Yeah.
I think you need to make a TikTok and you just say, "Hey Tim, wake up! It's time to it's time." I was gonna cuss.
wow, that'd be a great TikTok.
You're way better at it. You're way better at it. Obviously, I don't have the.
Tim.
Yo, what's up, TikTok? Me and Tim are about to do it. No.
Yeah.
Dogs.
We got the dogs barking.
Hey, Tim, wake up.
Wake up, Tim.
Oh God.
All right, go ahead, Jake.
Jesus, this panel today. All right, well, let's get into the accusations, right? People, I actually want to quickly bounce into as well. I would say your perfect parallel in this space is Z-Laner. Would you agree with that? Mm-hmm. You guys are by far and away the most accused male and female players in the space. I got to ask, you guys met today. Mm-hmm. You both coincidentally tweeted out about being the caught cheaters out there. So is that someone you've conversed with, or is that someone you've maybe talked to with all this happening? Obviously, you probably will now.
No, we've talked about it, but I mean, Z-Laner and I, we used to play together. We used to be co-ed duos back like 3 months ago. So I've known Z for a bit, but yeah, we talked about this, and it's something to laugh about, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to queue up one of these clips. I believe this clip is actually one of the most viewed all time for you. And so I think the idea for this is we can actually just watch this through together. You can give a brief explanation. Chat is obviously going to do what chat does as well. This is probably the most viewed, I would say, accused clip against you. So can we play that on production for all of you guys in chat? And then probably a bit too fast-paced. Can we also get that good old slow-mo version as well? This one always confused me because it seemed like a kind of a Call of Duty moment. As the player you were shooting at, literally just glitches over.
Yeah.
And is this something you've seen or like heard about before?
Yeah. This is like a frame glitch, and I've seen it multiple times on different like streams. I mean, there's a guy who made a TikTok about it saying that he doesn't cheat and this happens to him. So yeah.
So what is the frame glitch? Like, for people who aren't as familiar, like, can you explain like what's going on? Because honestly, like, I play Warzone a good amount, but I mean, it's like the laggiest game of all time, to be fair. But I mean, obviously, I know we're not getting scientific here, but can you explain like what exactly went down here?
No. Like, it's just like a frame glitch. I have no idea like how this happens. I have no idea.
Lag in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've seen it happen to other people. I don't know why. And I don't know how.
I'm dumb. You guys obviously know. Like, I don't understand. Again, no matter what side you fall on, I'm just confused because you see the character glitch to the left, and are people thinking that you like grabbed the guy and like moved him to the left? Because I'm
don't
just
know.
like an innocent bystander here. So obviously, I've seen this on TikTok, and people kind of take this and run with this. I think we can move to the second clip though as well. This second clip is an aim tracking clip. So we've seen these against a lot of people as well, showing what people call the perfect aim tracking, and they are suspicious of right here for all you guys on stream.
Enemy soldier.
Unlucky.
Enemy soldier.
Unlucky.
We got a slow-mo version of that? So is this something that you consider to be like a clip that you have hit often, or how would you like respond? I know you don't typically respond because there's just so many people who clip all these things every single day, but how would you typically respond to someone having a clip like this?
I don't know. I just think that's so funny. I don't know. I just have like a monitor cam. It's just, of course, they're gonna say that I'm using a Cronus. I don't know. This is aim assist. Like, this is the game we play. It's aim assist.
Got you. And speaking of the devil, we actually have one last one as well. Before we hop into the flip side, this last one is what people consider to be aiming through a wall at a target, we can watch this through full, and then we can watch it through slow as well. And we're kind of picking the most viewed clips here. Aim at chair. Guy happens to be on the other side of the wall. I'm an innocent bystander here. How would you explain this to him? We'll watch it slow motion as well.
I feel like there's just like no information though. Like it cut the clip really short. Yeah, it cut. I mean, whoever clipped that cut it right when I was like going up. I mean, I could have had a Yui. I could have just killed like somebody down there, and you know, it would have pinged him. I don't know.
Could there have been a sound cue that he was somewhere up? Or?
So again, like my monitor's right there. I don't know.
We're all in the safe zone.
What?
Because to me, it looked like you had preed the left wall.
Yeah.
And then the chair, and then someone was also on the other side. But I'm no analytics guy here, so.
Here, wait, I have some opinions.
Yeah.
I feel like where she's pre-aiming, the guy is on the right side of the wall. She was not directly pre-aiming, it looks like, at that guy. She could have heard someone upstairs, thought she saw someone, and pre-fired that corner.
And we're not on either side here. We're just trying to figure out how you would maybe try and explain this, because there's clips like this for a good amount of people out there. Maybe not everybody is, but a good amount if you want to watch through everyone's stream. I felt like it kind of pulled the left wall first where the guy wasn't. So that's where I just get confused how people might take this clip and use it fully against you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm even shocked this is even a clip that people are trying to use against me when I have my monitors up.
And that's why I would love it in the future to have other like Warzone pros, and I'm sure people in your corner take that side. Let's bounce to the next clip as well, though. This will be the last one that I actually don't have a clip for before we play the other side. Also, the last accusation, because you've been accused of a variety of things, aim hack, wall hack, soft aim, whatever. But also people came up with the, I think the title for it was, look at the way this cheater always looks to her left. For cheats. I don't think the clip is really worth showing. I don't know if that's something you would ever addressed. That's something that Z-Laner obviously went through. Mutex went through. He had like 7 or 8 webcams at some point. Is that something that you would ever answered to, or is that nothing you ever really responded to?
Oh, no, it's a mini map. It's my mini map.
Gotcha.
I look up to my mini map, yeah.
And then you've also shown hand cam, monitor cam, not your actual feet cam, right?
No, not my actual dogs.
So before we play this last this last clip as well, I want to ask you an honest question. Do you think that once you are an accused Warzone player with this current game state, as we have seen it with these hacker hunters, these accusers, if you are a very much accused Warzone streamer, is there any way nowadays to fully validate yourself to an audience and prove your innocence once the accusations start against you?
Never. There'll never be a way. Actually, I forgot who was talking about this at the COD event today, but there could be like an actual anti-cheat that literally works, and there will still be people saying that I cheat or whoever cheats, he cheats, whoever. Never. Like you will never satisfy anybody with this stuff, which is like sucks, but that's how it is.
We can play. I don't even know if we need to play the last clip. I was going to show. There's clips out there of you missing shots. So playing devil's advocate of, having some gameplay that it would be of a typical gamer. You don't always hit every single one of your shots. I don't think we actually need to address that. I think that was actually a great last answer as well when it comes to streamers having to validate themselves. I think we got a question on panel though.
Nadia, you're going to be on LAN tomorrow, right? You're playing on LAN tomorrow. So I know there's a lot of people in chat that are like saying different stuff, but she's on LAN tomorrow and she got invited by Call of Duty. So, I mean, we've done stuff like this before. I mean, there's no definitive way to say anything really in these conversations. We just want to give a platform for her to explain herself. And the bottom line is she's going to go on LAN tomorrow and prove herself. So I think that's what a lot of you guys need to be looking for. And that should be super motivating for you, I'm sure, too, to go out there and crush it.
Yeah, also, at some point in the future, we'd love to set something up, too, on RPCs, Maybe play against Mike or something, I don't know. That'd be awesome, though.
All right, bring out the lie detector test. I'm just kidding. That's an awful joke. I am so sorry. We
Not again.
again, not again.
We really suck at this. I think I speak for everyone out there, and thanks to Chad as well. This was just supposed to be a discussion, an open interview, and we look forward to your future and, of course, what you can prove to people out there, or at least try your best improving. And we really appreciate your time as you, of course, go into COD Next tomorrow. It should be a fun thing for Warzone 2, for MW2. Well, Nadia, one last thank you for your time, and we hope to see more from you in the future. Any last words, though?
Well, thank you for having me, first off. I really appreciate that. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting me. I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you, guys.
And we hope to be doing more interviews in the future with some great streamers and content creators out there. We hope you guys all enjoy this interview here from Full Squad Gaming Facilities.
That one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we got another one tomorrow. So we'll catch you guys back here then. Until then, though, take care of yourselves. Okay, toodles.